Hi Eat Move Sleep team, and welcome back. The purpose of this video is to show you the testing tools that I like to have open when I'm testing a study. I'm going to go through all the websites and documents that I like to use to help you for when you're testing your study on stage and production. So first, I like to have open the study website itself. Currently, I'm on the Eat Move Sleep multi-branch website, but you will be on the Stage website. And the purpose of Stage is to test out the study to make sure that everything is correct before we push to production. So ultimately, this is a testing environment. And the reason or how you can tell that we're on a stage or testing environment is all the testing environments have this HEHcheck.io. Once the study is pushed to production or the live environment, the HEHcheck.io will be replaced with .eurekaplatform.org. So the website, the study website, is the first item I like to have open. The second item I like to have open is the admin panel. The admin panel will be used to check the progress of your test user. So as you're going through and you're creating a test user, you can follow their progress and their activities on the admin panel. And let's see if I can demo this for you. So I'm creating a test user. I've actually gone through the eligibility consent forms, and now I'm on this Fitbit survey. I'm going to actually select that I don't have a Fitbit, and then I'm going to submit the survey. And now I'm on the demographics, or the demographic survey is available to me. So I created this test user, and this test user is called Han. And if I go ahead and refresh the admin panel, I can see that my test user is present. And if I click on the test user's name and I go to activity, I can track the progress of this user as I'm completing the surveys. I'll start seeing the surveys show up as completed with this green check mark. So I completed the Fitbit survey. Next up I have demographics. Once I complete that, that'll be a green check mark as well. So all of the information is populating in real time as I'm going through with my test user. And that is helpful because you'll want to ensure that your test user is progressing through the study as intended. The next item I like to have open when I'm testing is the study flow diagram. And here's a better view of the study flow diagram where it's less blurry. So the study flow diagram is the finalized flow that you worked on with Nilu. And the tech team uses the study flow to build the study. So what we want you to do is to go through screen by screen. And you should remember as you're going through like why certain surveys are triggered and appear and the order that they appear in. But you'll want to follow along with the study flow diagram as you're going through the screens with your test user to ensure that the website matches the flow. And if you do see any deviations, make sure you indicate those. In addition to reviewing the screens and the surveys to make sure that the surveys appear in a way that matches the study flow diagram, we would also like you to review the messaging as well. And if you do recall, on the admin panel, the messages tab, that's where the messages will appear. So ultimately, the study flow diagram is the blueprint that we want to make sure the website matches. The next item I like to have open is the InVision mockups. So the mockups are what we determined that we wanted the study to look like. So as you're going through, You'll want to just make sure that the study itself matches the mock-ups. And if there are, again, any deviations, make sure you're indicating those as well, just to ensure that all these screens match what's currently built on the website. Great. So the last item that you'll want to have open when you are testing on stage and production is the Eat, Move, Sleep study testing Excel sheet that I created for you guys. So I'm going to go down here to internal team stage testing, and you don't need to use this tab, but I just wanted to explain that the internal team stage testing tab is what I've been using to document issues that we've noticed on our end, which is why the study hasn't been ready for stage quite yet. So we've been working on a couple of these issues. And now that we've fixed these issues, the study is now ready for you guys to test. And so what you're going to do is you're going to use this Excel sheet to document any deviations or bugs that you notice as you're testing your study. And so what you'll do is you'll go through the study, and if you do notice a bug, so the example here is I was able to enter a negative number in the survey, basic demographics, on the question, how many people do you live with? And of course, if you're completing a survey, entering a negative number for the number of people you live with is something that shouldn't be allowed because there can't be a negative number of people. So in this example, that is the error. So you want to document that here in the item or bug description. You'll want to indicate where this error is occurring in the study flow diagrams. That's why having the study flow diagram is really important as well. So you can track and explain where you're currently at. So, let's go back. So column B says first e-visit, a first survey, and that's true for, well, kind of true for Eat, Move, Sleep. It would actually be the second survey, but it would be the first e-visit of the second survey. It would be basic and social demographics. So you want to indicate where it is in the flow, and the purpose of indicating where the bug is in the flow is to help our developers, QA team, and I find the bug easily and be able to identify it, test it if needed, and then create tickets for it so that we can resolve the issue. In column C, expectation, you'll want to indicate what the expectation should be. So clearly for this item or bug, the expectation is you should only be able to enter real numbers. So please provide the expectation so that we know exactly how to fix the bug and what you're intending to see ultimately. Column D is Eureka ID. So if this is only for a handful of participants, or maybe even less than a handful, maybe just one participant, you'll want to enter in their Eureka IDs. To find a participant's Eureka ID, you can see it when you click on the participant's name in the Participants tab, or an easier way to spot Eureka IDs is if you just go to the Participants tab, the Participant ID column is available. So you can just go ahead and copy the Participant ID and paste it in the Eureka ID column. If there are several IDs that you've noticed this with, you can indicate those. If this is a bug that is study-wide, so it's occurring for all of the participant IDs, you can just go ahead and indicate study-wide as well. Again, this just helps us pin down exactly where this bug is occurring so we can resolve it quicker on our end. Column E is a column where we would like you guys to provide a link to a screenshot or video. And this also just helps us visualize the error. So again, we can help discern where it's occurring. So if you can provide a link to a screenshot or video, that is very much appreciated, and that'll help us on our end expedite the process of resolving the issue. And then Eureka Response, I'll go ahead and take a look at all the items or bugs that you guys have noted, and I will go through and provide our feedback. Okay, so that's the study team stage testing tab. So we want you to use this tab to document any bugs, or maybe I should actually reframe that to say any deviations from the study flow diagram or the mock-ups that you encounter. So any functional errors we want you to document here. The next tab is the study team production testing tab, and you don't need to worry about this now, but the same method that you're using to test on stage, you will also use to test on production. So we have the exact same tabs for study team production testing, and you'll go through the study in the exact same way, but on the production environment, and test the study before it is available in live for participants to use. The next tab we have in the study testing Excel sheet is the Ticket Updates tab, and this tab is where any tickets that are created from the study team stage testing or study team production testing tabs will be logged here. And so I will go ahead and provide updates on this tab of where those tickets or those errors are in being fixed on our end. And so we have the first column, which is stage or production issues. So these are the issues or bugs that you guys identified in the study team stage testing or study team production testing tabs. The next tab is status. So this is where the ticket is currently at in our progression of being resolved. And then comments. So I'll provide comments here if necessary to further explain where we're at in resolving that bug or issue. We also have a couple of rows. The first one is tickets that are currently being worked on. So any tickets that are currently being worked on will be present in these rows. Tickets that need follow-up. So if I have any additional questions for you and the study team, I'll go ahead and add those tickets here. And then tickets that have been resolved will be up top. And so that wraps up all of the testing tools that I like to have open when I'm testing a study. Hopefully that was helpful for you as well. Feel free to let me know if there are any questions. Thank you.